Welcome to the Houston Hustle, the podcast that spotlights the movers, the makers, and the doers shaping the city we love. Each week, we sit down with Houston's top entrepreneurs to talk who they are, how they built it, the principles that drive them, and what success means beyond the highlight reel. This is real hustle, real stories, real Houston. Welcome to Houston Hustle. I'm Dr. Paige Ward.
And I'm Dr. Charlie Ward.
And today we have Coach D with Only Goalkeeping.
Thank you. First, thank you guys. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
I think this is awesome to have you right here with us inside the field.
Yeah, it's fun.
Around the drills, around the kicks, the energy. Maybe you can feel right now.
Yes.
And that was my point. So I wanna the people I know outside the fence, they need to feel, okay, how's the feeling? How's the training session? And thank you for coming. So I'm so happy about the consistency, the commitment, especially for the parents and the kids. I know it's Friday, so I know you have planned Friday night, but you love and the kids. That's the most important thing for me.
Yeah.
The kids, the progress, and they love the position. They love to play goalie. That's the more hard position on the soccer field.
I agree.
That's the reason we are the number one, and that's I try to create with my staff. They are awesome. They are doing a really, really good job. And we try to create that energy.
Yes.
So the main focus is love the soccer and love the position.
It's definitely very high energy. Tell us about your background with goalkeeping.
Yes, I play professional. I played 13 years in Venezuela, my country. I'm from Venezuela. I moved here in 2018. And when I retired 2011, 2012. I take a 1 year off. I take a 1 year outside the soccer with my family, with my daughter. Yeah, but the soccer always that's my passion. Yeah. That's my life.
Yes.
I always work soccer. I play soccer when I told them today. I remember my first save. I was like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
And they kick straight in my face and my nose. And I say, okay, I love play goalie. Yeah, I told them, guys, that's the save you never forget in your life.
I think one of the things that's unique about you is your impact. Like, what impact do you want to have on these kids?
Yeah, the most important is for sure be a great goalie or better person.
Yeah.
Better person. Always I told them, so confidence. Confidence is not only on the soccer, it's not only inside the field, outside the field too.
Yeah.
Because now they are 8 years old, 15 years old, and 18 years old. And in the next 5 years, they're going to be 25 years old, 30 years with family, and I always say the goalkeeper position is like a life. You have to make decisions every day, every second. If you are parent, in the school, with your kids, with your family, with everybody, that's a goalkeeper position. It's about decision making.
I think that, with that impact, you just seem to care so much about the kids. We've done lots of goalkeeper programs, and you're just so invested in them. And even recently, you had the fundraiser for Peyton, one of your previous goalkeepers who was injured. And that was such a huge, awesome thing that you did for them.
In Only GK, we are family. And that's the reason I call that event for the family. Because it's great. I have players from different clubs. That's the most important thing for me. We are family. We have to support everybody, every keeper. It doesn't matter if they play in different club. It's funny because sometimes some parents, they send me a picture, they play in different club and they go together and they take a picture. They work all together sometimes. And that's good. That's when you saw this, you say, oh, that's a great impact, especially for the community.
Yeah, there's definitely a family aspect to being goalkeepers. It's a different position, definitely.
Yes, and it's hard because it's more easy when the striker, they lose, they miss 5 shots, nothing happened. But when the keeper will make one mistake, it's over. And yeah, that's the reason we have to support everybody. Yes, I know to be goalkeeper parents are, especially in that situation when it's not a good game, but that's the life. That's the life.
No, this is so awesome. Like you said, the energy is so intense. I know our daughter loves coming here, and she's grown so much and starting to work with you. And
Thank you.
I love the program. I love that you care about these kids so much. It's very evident.
And you can tell it's successful. It's growing.
Yeah, Coach
There's
Marco was telling us like how it started, and I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. The last 5 years, the progress and the commitment. The commitment is awesome. It's awesome. And they want more. Always they ask me. So tonight we have 3 or 4 kids from high school. They lose the playoff Tuesday night, and they text me last night, Coach D, we want to train. We need to be ready for next year. And I say like myself, oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's
Because
awesome.
they want to be better.
Yep.
And that's the reason I need to be better every day too, for them.
I love it so much.
Thank you.
So thank you for being on here, Coach D.
We
No, thank you
appreciate
for coming.
Hey guys, so now we have Coach Marco, another Coach Marco here. So Marco, tell us about your background with goalkeeping.
So I started playing goalkeeper roughly around when I was 6 years old, just because of my uncle and stuff. Man, I used to watch him. He used to take me to all his games, and I just decided I want to be just like him. So been goalkeeping ever since. Went to Katie Taylor High School. From there, I went to Concordia, then Richland College, and then I graduated from UHV in 2021.
Perfect. How long have you been with Only Goalkeeping?
I've been with Only Goalkeeper since 2020.
20?
So about 6 years now. Yep.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah, I met
crazy.
Coach D when I was in college, and we started working together, and then we've been together ever since.
That's good. How do you feel like your skill level has increased working with Coach D?
Man, my skills have increased with Coach D just from the little things, the fundamentals, just from the catching, the passing.
Okay, well, guys, we have one of the players here, McKenna. So McKenna, tell us about who you are.
My name is McKenna. I play with the HTX 10GA, and I've been with Only Goalkeeper for around 3.5 years now.
Perfect. How do you feel like you've developed since being with Only Goalkeeper?
He's definitely taught me like little critiques, like not diving backwards or watching my angles, and then he's taught me to be confident in myself. Before I kind of lacked confidence, and he just instilled in me to like just put your head down and keep working.
No, that's really awesome.
Do you hope to play in college or?
Yeah, my goal is to play anywhere in college.
That's awesome.
And are you approaching like what age?
I'm a 10, so June 5th this summer will be my recruiting year.
Oh my gosh. Is there anywhere you're looking specifically?
My dream school is Texas Tech, and then Texas State's also one of my big schools.
Okay, awesome. What's one of your biggest takeaways from Coach D?
That goalkeeping is about having to work harder. It's like strikers, you could get away with having a practice or 2 a week. With goalkeepers, you have to work twice as hard and just be confident in yourself.
Perfect. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Hey guys, so we have Coach Marco here, one of the coaches with Only Goalkeeper. So Marco, tell us about your background with goalkeeping.
Well, yes, ma'am. So I started playing goalkeeper when I was 8 years old. It all started just in the backyard, throwing myself in the backyard, and a lot of it was when I was younger. I like jumping around off the couch and onto the carpet and stuff. So I kind of just fit into being a goalkeeper, just throwing my body, yeah. And then I started at Katy Park, and just my dad just kind of just making me do random drills, like nothing as organized as this. It was just dive, get up, come back, catch a ball, get up, just a bunch of random drills. And then I turned 13. I met Coach D at HTX, which was Dynamo Dash back then, and I started really getting goalkeeper training, started actually learning the techniques properly, and started doing the things correctly, and my development just skyrocketed. And I went in between a couple of clubs there. So I went to Cedar Stars Rush, I went to Crush, Captiva, and I ended up playing Division III for 2 years. And now I'm here, I guess, and still studying, looking to change schools, trying to go to a different school maybe. And then now I'm here. That's kind of a breakdown of how it all started, I guess.
No, I love it. I didn't realize that you had known him since you were 13.
Yeah, no, I've known him for a while. Yeah, like I said, he's taught me everything dang near. So
That's so cool. How long have you been with Only Goalkeeping?
shoot. So I remember how Only Goalkeeper started. It was me and then a couple other goalkeepers at the club that he was coaching. He said, hey, you guys want to come out on Fridays or on Saturdays to do sessions like this? But it was only like 4 or 3 kids. So I started training with him, as in like just private sessions. And then more kids wanted to join the private sessions, and it turned into a camp, almost like a cycle. And then it turned into Only Goalkeeper. And then after my last year of high school, my first year of college, I was coaching. So I started maybe 16 years old here coaching with Coach D. because it's like a cycle. Like Coach Marco, we used to train together, and then now he's a coach. I used to train with Coach Marco, now he's a coach. Coach Alejo, we used to train together, and now he's a coach. So it's kind of a cycle. He kind of uses the keepers that he coached for them to coach the next generation of keepers. So it started like that, just a bad field, the goal was breaking down, and then the group just got bigger, bigger, bigger. Now we're able to rent fields, have all this equipment, have drones flying over us and stuff. So that's how it started, truly. I started Only GK just because he wanted to help us train more, good quality training. And then that group just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's up to 40 kids sometimes.
Are you pretty surprised at how big it's grown over that time?
Yeah, I don't know, it's crazy, especially because I would go to college. I would go and come back, and every time I would come back, it was like another 10 goalkeepers and 10 goalkeepers, and then now I'm able to bring goalkeepers here, and it was definitely crazy just seeing man, we really used to practice on some bad fields, like on some really bad fields, but it was the best goalkeepers.
Yeah.
The best goalkeepers working on some bad fields, and now it's just these goalkeepers get a better opportunity, better coaching, nicer weather, nicer equipment. So yeah, I'm honestly I'm proud of Coach D, and I'm happy to see how much it's grown for sure.
I had no idea it was like so homegrown with his
Yeah,
coaches.
no, yeah, it is.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Like
Yes,
a
ma'am.
whole mentorship program, basically.
Yeah, so Coach Alejo, Coach Marco, Coach Max, we've all trained together in a group setting with Coach D before, and yeah, Coach Roman trains with Coach D too. Like all of us were coached by him.
What do you think sets Only Goalkeeper apart from other goalkeeping
Program.
programs? Yeah.
I think the intensity of the coaches. Like let's say for example, Coach D, he wants, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be intense every single drill. Like every single drill needs to be intense and at max speed. Like you can't walk through the drill or he's gonna get mad. And then there's been situations where if we're working with high level goalkeepers and you're not serving the ball, he'll kick you out of practice.
What? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
like let's say like a couple of practices, like let's say I had a long night, for example, like maybe I got home late from a game or whatever, and he realized that I was tired, his shots would be extra hard. This could be like, hey, we gotta get this under control, right? So I think the intensity from the coaches, like Coach Alejo yelling, I'm yelling, Coach Marco is also wants the best from the kids, and then Coach D's floating around, making sure the kids that are not up to par, they get to the level, so then they get the most out of each drill. You know what I mean? So hopefully, getting the most out of each drill, and I think that's the biggest thing. Just making sure the kids get the most out of each drill is the biggest thing. I try to get the most out of each keeper from the drill. Whether it's low level, high level. Same with all these coaches, Coach Marco, Coach Roman. Everybody try to get the most out of each drill, out of each rep. I think that's the biggest thing.
What impact do you want to have on the kids?
Biggest thing is just I want them to be better than I was. So if I play D3, I want them to play D2, D1 professional. All that. That's the biggest thing, Or like if I wasn't watching my nutrition very much as a kid, I want them to watch their nutrition, eat the right foods. That's why sometimes after practice, I'm like, go eat yourself a good steak and mashed potatoes, because that's the real food that, you need to be eating. Obviously not too much of it, but, that's the real food you need to be eating. And that's the biggest thing about, I feel like, injuries nowadays, especially in young kids, and like how big they grow, especially in such a physically demanding position where you're putting your body through a lot. Like in a game, maybe not so much, but in practice, you're the hardest working player because you're throwing your body, and you have to like do 3 sprints in a row to a dive to all this. You're putting your body under so much stress that it needs the right nutrients, it needs the right mobility, stretching, and just those things that I didn't take serious enough as a younger goalkeeper, implementing it in them, so that whenever they become coaches, the things that they have to implement in their goalkeepers are even more how do you say, more next level. Exactly, right? Like for me, it's the basics: implementing the nutrition, the mobility, the training at home, the strength training, but then they could make a next level, more intricate how do you say, changes into the goalkeeper, so where it's no longer they already got the nutrition aspect, the physical aspect, now mental aspects and stuff like that. So just trying to push the position forward and helping them be better than I was. I guess that's the biggest thing. Just want to see them be better than I was. That's it. That's pretty much it.
Well, we appreciate the work that you've done with our daughter, and
Thank
we've
you,
seen
thank you,
some
thank
really
you.
good changes over this last year.
No, yeah, no, I love working with these kids. Like the biggest thing is like some kids, they come out and their parents are forcing them. I love the kids that aren't forced. Like sometimes getting Kaylin into rhythm might take a little bit, but when she gets into rhythm, and she starts working good. Like her hands very good, but that's the kids that I appreciate, that they want to come out here. And like, even though it might be an early morning or they might have might have fell asleep late or they're not feeling the best, getting it out of them even then, right? Like getting it out of them. And then those are the kids I can appreciate. And, their parents, I like the parents that push them as well. And then also them not having to be too pushed by their parents.
Yeah.
Right? That's the biggest thing, because
Having some
college,
self-motivation.
yeah, exactly. In college, your mom's not going to come to wake you up. She can call you, but there's only so many times she can call you before you sleep through the call. You know what I mean? So in college and even academy level, like the parent can't come to the other side of the field and talk to the coach. Like when she gets to an academy level or like a very high level, the parent's kind of out of the picture, So making sure that they're ready for that. And I got kind of carried away, but I like working with Kaylin, with a lot of the goalkeepers I work with. I think I have a great group of kind of personal session goalkeepers that I have that I'm just excited to see where they go. I'm excited to see where they go for sure.
That's awesome. What's one of the most impactful things you feel like you've learned from Coach D?
Shoot,
I know.
like I said, everything. But I mean, I kind of I take it a session at a time. Like I try to learn from him as a coach, because he used to coach the Palestinian national team. He used to coach the Palestinian national team. He played professional in Venezuela, South America. South America is no joke when it comes to soccer. So I try to learn everything, but the biggest thing is just like his intensity. Like I want to be the coach that gets the most out of their kid, because he got the most out of me in the training sessions. I want to do the same thing as him, because I mean he's obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
So whatever I could get from him, but the biggest thing is just make it making it the most intense possible. Like I might not be the best coach. Sometimes I miss the goal. Sometimes let's say I might not have the best drill, but I will try to make you get the best out of that drill. If it's not a good drill, I'll make you get 100% out of it, And that's what I want to learn from him. Even though it's a drill that you might not get many reps, or you might not get many, high intensity saves or crazy saves. Maybe it might be like just turn to a catch. I want you to do it at the highest intensity. So when it comes to a game, it's like nothing, right? When you get into a game, if you practice harder than you play in a game, the game's gonna feel easy. Exactly. So that's what I try to get from him, just the intensity of the drills, making sure every single drill is at intensity and, fast feet, clean hands, all of that.
I love that.
Yes, ma'am. So.
Well, thank you for being on here, Coach Marco.
Thank you, guys.
You're awesome. Okay, guys, so we have one of the parents of the goalkeepers here at Only Goalkeeper, Elin Watson. Tell us about your daughter and who you are.
Yeah, no, I'm Elin. So Kate's my daughter. She's a 2013 goalkeeper at HTX. And so we started coming to Only Goalkeeper this past year, and happy to talk about the experience we've had and everything she's gained from it.
Yeah, what have you noticed?
Yeah, no, so a ton of growth. I think in years past it was, we always had the team practice, and, it's kind of where they, applied the goalkeeper skills. But like coming here, it's been more focused on developing the skills and then, take and translate that to the games. And, I think, with any child or any player, there's always opportunities for improvement. And, a lot of it's built on athleticism, but, here it's really focused on making good decisions, when to apply the skills, where, different situations, how to apply it. So it's been great for us, and she really enjoys coming as well. So it's she's always asking, depending on which Friday it is, or are we going or are we not? What are we doing? So
yeah, it's always a little bit harder when it's out in Katie too.
Yeah, it seems like Kate, she has grown a lot over this year, and you can tell that just the intensity that they practice at has helped with that, I think. Are there certain aspects of her goalkeeping that you've really noticed that have grown?
Yeah, no, I think, certainly that's a great point. Bringing up the intensity has been, really next level, and bringing that up. And, I'll say just on some of the technical stuff, I think she's always fearless, ready to dive, make the move. But I think sometimes it's learning the correct way to do it without injuring yourself. I know in years past, it feels like we had jam finger after jam finger or something like that. And even with the intensity and more training she's getting this year, it almost seems like maybe some of that's gone down. Especially coming here, I think, another point too, that we've enjoyed is, the Only Goalkeeper, you're full of keepers from all over the Houston area. So, they kind of get that camaraderie. And, I think we see it, during games, whether we're playing surf or GFI, and, the girls will say hi to each other before the game or after the game. And it's, great sportsmanship that they know each other and congratulate each other. And
I think goalkeeping is definitely like its own community for sure.
Right. Yeah. And it's definitely a community here. I mean, see all the kids in the background. There's tons of kids, and Kate looks forward to seeing the other goalkeepers from other clubs. When she gets to come out. And it's great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, okay, guys, we have one of the parents here, Laura. Tell us about your son.
My son is Owen. He is in 5th grade and he's 10 years old. He's been a keeper for about 2 years now, full time.
Perfect.
What club does he play for?
He plays for Albion, Cy-Fair.
Nice. And why did you choose Only Goalkeeping?
When we're looking around for programs, usually most of the soccer programs focus on just basic soccer, like footwork, and we wanted something more tailored to goalkeeping so he could get better at keeping.
Right.
And we found this through someone else, and we started in November, and we've been coming ever since.
No, that's awesome. I mean, our daughter's a keeper, so we totally get it. There's just so many programs out there that don't focus enough on goalkeeping, and there's so many things they need to know.
Right.
So since starting, what changes have you noticed in Owen?
I've noticed that Owen has been more confident in goal. He knows where to position himself. He knows when to come out and like attack or like 1v1 situations, penalty kicks. Like he's killing it. So I've noticed a big increase in his confidence.
Perfect. So you would recommend Only Goalkeeper to others?
Yes, I recommend it to like my older son. He plays, he's not a keeper, but the keeper on his team, I tell their parents, I'm like, hey, you should check it out. Like, especially this summer,
Yeah, because there's
soccer season ends and we need them to do things.
Absolutely. Just stay busy.
For sure.
Well, perfect. Well, thanks for being
Thank you.
Oh.
You've been listening to Houston Hustle, celebrating the entrepreneurs who are shaping our city. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone building their own dream. Until next time, keep building, keep learning, and keep hustling.